Hey there ladies and gentlepeople, welcome to another true versus untrue video, and today we are discussing paint thinner, more so trisodium phosphate found in food products. The question at hand, will you get sick or poisoned by consuming foods which contain TSP, or namely trisodium phosphate? TSP is used by General Mills in many of their popular cereals. My name is Shaky Scrub, and today we're going to dive a little bit deeper into this concern. True versus untrue. Is it true? Is it untrue? Let's find out together. Do it! The rumor of TSP being found in many products we consume on a daily basis is not new. It is an argument that established years ago when spreading certain safety notices to friends and family became such a popular commodity through social networks. Not that I am saying it's bad that we share information this way, especially if we look at the food industry, which is mostly operated by manufacturing plants and warehouses which have had a slew of human error with products we buy from the grocery store every day. Thankfully, overall, it is rare, but we always hear of scary or disgusting stories of newly packaged food items that had something that went wrong during the manufacturing process. But when we talk about the chemicals, compounds, and ingredients we consume that are actually used to make the food products themselves, we can easily become alarmed by the items found in many food products. After all, products now are more adventurous than a typical old-fashioned plate of food from hundreds of years ago. But in order for us to justify whether or not there is toxicity in these items, namely trisodium phosphate in very popular cereals, we must take a look at why companies like General Mills use such an item in their cereals to begin with. General Mills and other food corporations have been using TSP in their products for well over 50 years. You would think that if there were some sort of health concern from such consumption that we would already know by this point. Moving along though, we must start by looking at the scientific traits of what trisodium phosphate is. It is an inorganic compound, meaning it does not contain carbon in its composition, it is non-biological, and/or it cannot be found in living organisms. TSP's chemical formula is made up of sodium, phosphorus, and oxygen, thus its name. Its physical traits can be identified by its white, powdery, and clumpy appearance in its natural form. TSP is known to be used as a cleaning agent, degreaser, paint thinner, and yes, as a food additive. So the true question is, why aren't we hurling chunks of trisodium phosphate or Lucky Charms on the side of the road on our way to school or work? Well, it has to do with the amounts that are consumed. If we look at TSP's MSDS and the amount of consumption for a rat to reach toxicity by way of oral LD, LD standing for lethal dosage, it is around 7,400 milligrams or 7.4 grams. Now, in order for a human to have reactions to trisodium phosphate, an adult must consume about 1 gram before symptoms such as abdominal pains or nausea occurs. This also means that toxicity or lethal dosage in theory for an adult would have to be well over 10 grams of consumption. The amount of TSP used within cereal is much lower than that of 1 gram, as its use is that of a salt to adjust acidity within the magical graining process of however cereal is made. Something else to keep in mind is TSP has a shelf life of 2 years, which is why such an ingredient is used in these type of food items. Now, I respect those of you who say, well, this is enough information for me to simply choose not to eat items with this chemical in it. But then you have to ask yourself, how has your health or the health of your loved ones been with the consumption of these said products? If you are someone who is consuming 10 bowls of cereal per day and experiencing abdominal pains or vomiting, you may want to consume a doctor on dietary assistance and revisit the food pyramid. Either way we look at it, it is up to us as individuals to make a decision on what it is we consume for ourselves, friends, and family. But let's go ahead and take a look at our true versus untrue scale and the question at hand. Will you get sick or poisoned by consuming foods which contain trisodium phosphate? And the verdict is untrue. To recap our justification for this choice, by way of comparison of the amount of trisodium phosphate used in food as opposed to paint thinner or other cleaners, we can conclude that the amount of TSP used as a food additive are very small doses in which it has no direct effect on our bodies to date. In my humble opinion, I think it would be more likely to get sick from the ingestion of or milk that has bacteria in it than the actual cereal itself. That is all the time we have for this video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for future videos like this one. And if you would like to always be informed when a new video has released on the Shaky Scrub channel, be sure to click that little bell next to the subscription button and adjust your notifications accordingly. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace!